What is up, guys? Brett here, brettdev.com. Today I'm going to make a video about the difference between renting a house versus renting a condo in Thailand. Like, kind of, what's the difference? If you come into Thailand, should you be looking for a condo to rent, or should you be looking for a house to rent? So what gave me the inspiration for this video is, I'll just show you. A friend of mine was going to move into this house here next door to me where I live. As you can see, it's a beautiful house, Thai style. He was going to move into here. It was Mark, actually, from the last video. That's where we recorded the last video. This little that's the alcove, the bush. And yeah, so he was going to move here. He was going to move into this place where there's a couple of houses. My one is back here, and he didn't. He told the landlord he's going to move in, and then it got to the last minute. He went and looked inside, and he didn't. He said he didn't like it. He would prefer to live in a condo. As you can see, this place has got beautiful gardens all around, stuff like that. It's private, like a gated area over here. Beautiful view of the mountain over there, if you can see. I'm recording this on my phone, and this is the house he's going to move into. So he said he'd prefer to live in a condo than live in that house, and I was like, you're crazy. Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to live in a condo, like in an apartment block? And obviously he has what he likes, I have what I like. Everyone's different, so I thought it'd be a good topic for a video. So I'm going to sit down over here on my balcony. I need to clean it up first because it's a mess, and then we're going to kind of break it down. I'm going to go through the pros and the cons, the costs, all of that good stuff. So let's go. Alright, so you're coming to Thailand, you need to rent a place. Do you get a house or a condo? So I've got a few things I want to talk about here that kind of hopefully will help you make an informed decision. So firstly, is how long you're planning to stay, right? So with condos, you're gonna be able to find fairly short-term condos. There's just tons of them in Thailand where you can rent by the month, by the week, by the day, and you're not tied into any type of contract. If you do get a contract in a condo, it's generally you're going to get a better price for it. So that's kind of the reason they'll tie you into like a yearly contract or a 6-month. But there are plenty of places here that don't have that. So if you're coming on like a 2-month visa, a tourist visa or something like that, you plan to stay a short period of time, then condo's going to be your way. If you're staying longer term, if you're going to stay like for a year or more, then house could be an option. But I haven't really ever seen where you can get a house for like a month. It wouldn't really make much sense for you moving into a house for a single month, unless you did something like on Airbnb or something like that. So the duration of your stay is really going to dictate whether you stay in a house or a condo as well. The next thing is utilities. So I spoke about this in that video I shot with Mark, but in a condo they're going to charge you more money and stuff for your electric, for your water. You're going to generally pay around double the government rate, and this is actually illegal for any it's illegal for any property owner or condo owner in Thailand to charge more than the government rate for electricity if they own over a certain number of units. So a condo building, for example, that had somebody had purchased a single unit and they charged you more, that's not illegal. But if somebody owns the whole building and they're charging you like 8-10 baht for the electric, that's actually illegal in Thailand. There's a law passed about a year ago saying they can't do that. However, they still do. So the way to get around it is they just change it on your invoice, and instead of saying 8 baht per unit of electric, they say 4 or 5 baht, what the government rate is, and then they say 3 baht for like fees, communal fees for like the reception, the lighting and stuff like that. Really, I would prefer if they just put their prices up, but instead they try to keep the rental prices low, and they sort of trick you. An interesting thing is, actually, I went to look at a condo once with a Thai girl, and they gave me a different price to her. So for the Thai people, the condo was actually more expensive, and for the foreigners, it was less, but then the Thais paid regular electric and the foreigners paid more electric. It was ridiculously stupid, but it was pretty much done that way so, you know, the Thais know you can't charge that on electric, so they incorporated it into the thing, but whatever. In a house, you're probably going to get regular rates. So, for example, in my place here, I pay I think 5 baht per unit, which is government rates 4 or 5 baht. So you're not going to get fleeced on your electric pretty much. That being said, I mean, well, I'm just going to say, that being said, utilities are pretty cheap in Thailand, but still, if you're going to be paying, I don't know, 60, 70 bucks a month, you don't want that being doubled and paying 120 just because they can. So that's something to look out for. Condo is going to be more expensive for utilities generally. House is going to be cheaper. Obviously pets, if you have pets, not many condos are going to let you stay there with a cat or a dog. Or a house you can generally. Most houses you rent, you'll be able to have pets. Now somebody sent me an email the other day that I was very grateful for, if you're watching, and they just telling me that just near where I live there's a place called Flora House, and it's I sit opposite it. There's a little bar there. Me and my neighbour go for a drink there sometimes, and we sit opposite, and we always was wondering, because it looks really nice, like a huge balconies there. I'll see if I can find an image of it and I'll put it on the screen. We were wondering, and we see lots of foreigners going in and out, and we were like, I wonder how much that costs. Well, this person who emailed me said it's about 12 to 15,000 baht a month, but apparently you can have pets there. So if you've got a cat or a dog and you're in Chiang Mai, that could be a good place. But generally most condos won't allow you to have pets. Houses, not a problem. Now the availability of condos versus houses, I would say there was obviously more condos, because in Thailand there are just condo buildings everywhere. Houses you're going to have to hunt for a little bit, but there are still plenty of houses as well. You will find them. You may not find the one you want. You may find like an old rundown one that's out, like too low on the scale of your budget, or you might find ones that are too high. So there's obviously less choice, but there are houses out there, so you can pretty much, it's just going to take a bit of hunting. If you want to find a house like this house that I got here, this nice place, very hard to find, something this nice for this money. So, but if you do a bit of hunting, you can find a good house. Condo, you know, they're everywhere. You can find a condo that will match your exact layout at your exact price with your exact features pretty much. There's so many condos in Thailand, it's unbelievable. Now the price, so a lot of people would think that houses are more expensive to rent than condos in Thailand, and you actually get more for your money if you rent a house. This kind of ties into the second thing I was going to mention, which is location, and that is a lot of houses you're going to find they're going to be outside of the cities, obviously. So in the cities you've got your condos, in the centre of town there's not really going to be a house to rent right in the middle of the town. There might be some, but it's going to be expensive, yeah. Condos are generally more expensive than houses. If you go onto like the Facebook marketplace when you're in Thailand and you start doing a search for properties for rent, you'll find that you can get some really good deals on houses. So for example, you could pay 7,000 baht, 7,000 baht for a condo that's got a bedroom and a kitchen. For that same money, if you went just outside the city a little bit, you could potentially get a 3-bedroom house, or a 2 or 3 bedroom house for 7,000-8,000 baht. It wouldn't be modern and brand new, and you would have to go outside of the city, but you could get a good deal. Maybe a bit of an older house. It's not going to be as posh and nice as a condo, but generally you can get a lot more for your money. So if you're happy to stay a little bit outside the city, it's another thing. If you're happy to have transport, you have pets or whatever, and you want to be out a little bit into the nature, you can get a house, 2-3 bedroom house. If there's a couple of you coming here and you're staying, you want a lot of room, you can get that for the same price as a condo. So I would say houses are cheaper than condos, factoring in what you get for your money. Now obviously the differences between a house and a condo is you don't get certain amenities that you would get in a condo. You don't get security. You're not going to have a swimming pool at your house unless you have loads of money. Then you could get any house you want, really. You get any condo you want. But for just general people that are spending reasonable amounts of money, like 8, 9, 10,000 baht a month or whatever, you're not going to get a porter house. again, I'm lucky because I've got a pool right next door to my house, like an actual swimming pool place. And there's a few swimming pool, a few public pools that are really nice and cheap to use in Chiang Mai. So, you know, just get a house that's not far from a pool and kind of got a, well, no, it's not as good as having a pool at your house, obviously, but you got the option there. Now, if you rent a condo in Thailand, you're obviously not going to have, although you can have a pool, you can have security, you're not going to have privacy, and you're not going to have nature. Like, this is why I love living here where I live. You just can't get this, obviously, in a condo, unless you go out to a public park, but it's not the same. If you guys have followed this channel for a while, I moved out from here and I moved back, and man, it's so difficult to record YouTube videos when you live in a condo because there's no nature, there's no nice scenes to sit out and recording. So that really pissed me off when I was living in condos. So guys, yeah, that really sums up some of the pros and cons of houses versus condos. I mean, I've covered the lease, long-term, short-term, utilities, pets, availability, price. One other thing that I did want to mention is kind of like hidden fees and rules, right? So one thing I don't like about living in condos is the rules. I like to just do what I want. I don't want somebody telling me, oh, you can't drill a hole in the wall, or, you know, there's lots of hidden fees and lots of rules in condos. Like, that's one prime example. I stayed at a condo, and if you drilled a hole in the wall, if you wanted to put a whiteboard up or a picture, they charge you 150 baht for every hole you drilled. I even stayed in a condo where I got my own broadband connection. You can get your own broadband connection in most condos, but they charged me, I think, a 200 baht a month fee for the privilege of having my own connection, even though the port was on the wall. I've never seen any other condo do that except for this one. I won't name them, but silly stuff like that. If you stay in a condo, you've got to deal with all that sort of crap, you know, like little hidden fees and rules, and don't move anything in and out between the hours of, you know, 5 p.m. and 9 a.m. and just crap. Which I don't like living in a condo. If you live in a house, you've got much more freedom to just kind of live how you want to live and not have a receptionist dictating to you 24/7 about what you can and can't do where you're staying. That really like kind of winds me up. And location as well. So houses, you're going to be outside of the city generally. If you want to spend around anything below like 12,000 baht, you're going to be outside the city. If you spend more than that, you might get a house in the city. But yeah, generally you're going to need transport basically. So I mean, you can get Grab taxis in and out of the city, and if you don't, I mean, for me, I never go to the city unless I need something, which is probably like once a month. Like in a previous video, I got my computer fixed. It's probably the first time I've been in the city in like 2 months. So yeah, if you want to be in the city, and you don't want to have your own transport, you're gonna need to stay in a condo. But if you're happy to ride a bike, if you ride a motorbike in Thailand, which I suggest most people do, because it gives you so much more freedom, then why would you live in the city? You can just live literally 10 minutes, 20 minutes outside the city and just ride your bike in. You get a big massive house for the same price as a 1-bedroom condo. Doesn't make sense to me to stay inside the city personally. So that about wraps up this video. I hope it was helpful, guys. If you are coming to Thailand and you're not sure whether you should rent a house or rent a condo, kind of those are the pros and cons. For the next video, I was thinking about actually giving you guys a tour of this house. It's not the same place as I stayed before. I used to stay upstairs. This is kind of a downstairs. So let me know if you want to see that. I was either going to make a video about that, or I was going to make a video about, I was going to call it 10 things not to do to ruin your stay in Thailand. So there's a big thing here I see with expats, and kind of my friend schooled me on it when I first came here. He was like, look Brett, if you're going to stay in Thailand, don't do this, because it's just going to stress you out, it's just going to ruin your time here. So let me know. I'm going to put a little poll up in the, I don't know if it's left or right or whatever, up in the corner, and you can let me know. Do you want me to make a video about my house, or would you rather me make a video talking about 10 things you shouldn't do if you don't want to ruin your stay as an expat here in Thailand? Let me know. So that's it for now. I've got entire playlists on different condos and different houses and different apartments, which I'll link on the screen as well. So check one of those out if you are looking for a place. There's some good recommendations in there, places that I've actually stayed in probably a dozen or more places in Chiang Mai. So yeah, and until next time, guys, take care. See ya.